Hey everyone, day 5 of Conscious Love. And I want to start out by saying thank you so much for being here for these 5 days. I know I said that it would be 28 Conscious Days of Love, but I don't want to bother you in your email box if you don't want to be getting these every single day. I took a chance and gave it to you for 5 days straight, and I might have lost a couple people along the way, but that's okay with me because I'm actually looking for the ones like you who do want to make a change and actually want to make it easy. So, below this video, before we get into this liver love, you're going to see that there's a little sign up there, and that sign up is to continue on these days of 6 through 28 of the Conscious Love Challenge and allow yourself to get a little taste of what it would be like if you had your own little feminine health advocate called Dr. Lisa Holland on your side. And the reason I'm doing that is because I've been working on a little side project to help with population health, particularly the population of women, based upon the past 20 years or so of my practice. And it's going to be a platform where people can convene, have women's circles, sister to sister, right? Girlfriend to girlfriend, make some friends outside of social media's norms where we're going to actually learn together. You're going to have access to a monthly masterclass. I have a network of global, amazing women's health leaders. And not only that, they're leaders. So it's going to be talking about living, loving, learning, life choices, personal development, all the yummy things that I do, such as essential oils and yogic energetic work. A lot of the personal development works into you advancing and trying to hit your goals, more of a lifestyle change type of thing or transformation, or just staying on the mark of self-care. You know, maybe it'll just be that monthly reminder for you to see which masterclass is coming up and see if you'd like to join us because it's something you've been dealing with. There will be perks for being part of this founding family. It eventually is going to be its own big website that allows an interaction with other global health wellness leaders, as well as letting you just talk and share and be the medicine women that you are. So if you're interested in maybe having a place between WebMD, Facebook, and, you know, a good girlfriend conversation around the table with some tea, then sign up so that you can, number one, finish these 28 days, days 6 through 28, and also make sure that you're on my VIP list for getting information for Team Goddess Health and any of the challenges, getting access to my lifestyle app, being the first for that. I'm trying to get really intentional in 2018 to take care of my health and my energy so that I can be there for the bigger circles such as the Mind Body Brand Academy and their needs so that you guys are seeing and connecting with these wonderful women that are getting out their health and wellness brands. And also for this Team Goddess Health troop that really are full of women who want to make a change in their life and transform. So that's where we're at. I invite you into that. Please look at the email below and let's talk about your liver real quick. I'm going to just spend a couple minutes on that. It's more than just being able to make sure that when you drink, you're not killing your liver. The reason drinking kills your liver is because, unfortunately for you, the liver has a lot more things to do than just have a good night out. The liver needs to work with vitamin K to make sure that you can clot your blood. It also needs to start storing some minerals and vitamins that are very essential, namely the nutrition of iron and copper, which is very important as two metals in your body, two elements in your body. And also it works with bile, so for fat metabolism. Fat is the number one fuel source that really is supposed to be getting you going. Carbohydrates and carbo loading is great if you're going to go for a run because it's fast energy and it gets stored in excess in your muscles as glycogen, but the main place it gets stored is the liver. And the liver is doing a lot of work to store it when you have way too much damn sugar in your body because you're hopped up on sugar highs all the time. It also has a big job to do when your sugar's too low, because it has all of that yummy stored glycogen. And so when it sees that your body's really low and you need the sugar as fuel for your brain and some activity for your muscles to do what it has to do, like get up from the chair, maybe not necessarily walk that mile, that'll be a fat thing, but the original getting up and getting moving and moving really fast if the alarm goes off and things like that is a sugar rush. So it has a job to notice that and say, ooh, I've got to put more sugar in. When it's too high again, it has to come out. And when it's too low, it has to do work to put in. So it's like a workhorse. Never mind filtering through all of your blood at some point to see what it's got to take out of chemicals and things you're smelling and eating and breathing and all of that, on top of that wonderful glass of wine that you had to filter out any of the toxins so that you don't die. Okay? So it's doing a lot of work on top of just, detoxifying. It's creating, blood clotting factors. It's creating energy for you. It's also being taxed every time you just have stress and your adrenals go out and give the cortisol, because the cortisol is going to go tell your body, I need sugar. And so let's just say you have a sluggish pancreas and you're having some insulin problems, or you are full-fledged diabetes where you don't necessarily take up that excess sugar, right? You're taxing it. Who do you think is going to take over for that? The liver. So the liver really has a hard time. Because it needs to do its big job to make sure that you're not toxic to yourself, but it has to also oversee, almost a big organ for a reason, making sure the kidneys and the pancreas and everybody that's trying to take out some toxins or give some energy also are doing their work. One big thing that people don't realize that their liver does is, while it's doing all this metabolism for some proteins to give the amino acids for building up to other things, for carbohydrates for the sugar balance, for fats for the fat metabolisms for your main energy source, right? Fatty liver, that's because it's not being able to do that breakdown. It's collecting, but it's not able to utilize. Maybe the bile that it's producing is not happening for the emulsification or the letting it, be sudsy and mobile for moving out of your body when you don't need it, because fats hold more toxins. So on top of all of that, what we're seeing is that it also has to produce ammonia when it does this and break down that ammonia, because that's highly toxic, into urea, so that can go to the blood and you can urinate that out. So can you see how much work and how essential to full body metabolism? Never mind if your hormones are off and it has to deal with some of that going back into the bloodstream, digestion being inflammatory, allergens being in there, things with foods and that needing to be processed for detoxification because you're having an inflammatory response. All of that, it's so tied into so many systems. So I want you to love on your liver. Please love on your liver. How can you do that? You can do things such as, drinking a lot of water, hydrating well, so that the kidneys are not taxed, and asking the liver to do extra work, so that your blood is flowing nicely, so that all of those things that need to get around for the good cells in the liver to get its nutrition and oxygen and all of that happens, and it to have its own energy. You need to maybe think about, digesting well, so that it doesn't have the load in the digestion process. Watching your sugar intake, excessive sugar intakes, right? Not allowing there to be such big, fight or flight response because your blood sugars, you're eating a whole load and then all of a sudden you don't eat for several hours. Getting enough sleep so that it can rest and restore. You don't start repairing these organs that are working all day and night for you. They don't get to shift off until you shift off. Exercising regularly so that the circulation is not sluggish and that things can move out so that other things can move in. These are ways you can love on your liver so that you can have your wonderful glass of champagne with your strawberry dipped in chocolate this Valentine's Day. So that's some of the stuff I just wanted to share with you. Love your liver. Don't forget, you're not going to get any more of these emails unless you get on that new email list for days 6 through 28. And I thank you so much for being here. If 5 is your limit, that's fine. I thank you for being here for that 5. If you're going to come on to it, great. And I'll be hopefully even seeing you for more of this information, for more of these workshops, fun workshops, yoga, essential oils, energetics, along with the regular mainstream medicine, but breaking it down so that it's not overwhelming and you can be empowered in your life. I look forward to being with you here in 2018. Thank you so much.